The only way that he gets to the position that he gets to is because the Tory administration has been so woefully, utterly incompetent and just so outright comical in how much of a failure they've been that this is your guy. It's so bad. It is like, it literally feels like, I don't even know. Like, what would be the American equivalent in this? Like, people are saying Al Gore, but not really. I feel like there is nothing redeemable about him. I cannot think of anything that is redeemable about this. No, John Kerry has redeemable qualities. Al Gore has redeemable qualities. He's like the Democratic Jeb Bush.
What are you going to do?
We need to smash the gangs that are running
Yes,
this
Kamala. Oh, there you go. Kamala Harris.
vile trade, making a huge amount of money, putting some of the most vulnerable people in boats.
We do need to smash the gangs. Keir Starmer voted against those laws. So, as ever, you say one thing here, but your track record says something completely different, and you can't be trusted to tackle immigration.
Rishi Sunak in attack mode.
Okay. What are you going to do?
If you clap for Rishi Sunak in public, you should go to prison, honestly. Like, and it's like a good prospect for you. Going to prison would at least like save you from the embarrassment of being out in public and clapping for this man.
Dude, just tell everybody, what are you going to do with illegal migrants who arrive?
Please, can we please, gentlemen, we will lower our voices.
For over an hour, both men went at one another. It was scratchy and tetchy, but quickly a pattern emerged.
Dude, English politics is so unimaginably, irreparably cooked. I can't help but laugh. It's like, you guys had it all. You had Jezza, okay? You had Jezza and you flubbed it. And then you had like the Trump archetype. You had so many years of Tory-backed austerity. It's just so bad. It's really not that bad. I promise I can explain. No, you can't. You absolutely cannot. No, it's so bad. Labor Party is like openly as conservative as it's ever been. You have, it just sucks so bad. I don't know how to describe it. It's worse than that chatter wants to explain. Oh, okay. Yeah, Labor is absolute dog shit, and the Tories are Tories. I mean, it's like you have on the one hand the file party, okay, and on the other hand you have this also Tory party that at least is like, you know, we don't know their position on, like, that's it. The British people have a choice here. You either vote for the pro party or the other party that like, you don't really know. It's just like, but with the same positions overall for the most part. Yeah, Starmer's to the right of Blair. Like, that's why I'm saying it's like worse. It's worse. Remind you of another country? No, that's why it's so funny. It is literally America. It is straight up the United States of America. It's identical. It's so bad. It is so unimaginably bad. Oh my God. Here's Keir saying Sunak has been too lenient on immigration and too liberal on immigration. The guy that is literally wanting to ship them out to Rwanda.
Conservatives have let immigration get out of control. We've got record numbers of people coming to this country, and they've now said they're going to have a visa cap. They've not said what the number is, so they've got a visa cap without a cap. We did have a visa cap before. Rishi Sunak argued to get rid of it, which they did in 2020, and now they're going back to it, but without a number. It is utter chaos.
That's crazy. Thanks, man. Thank you. That's, guys, for American chatters, this is the Democratic Party. As a matter of fact, it's not supposed to be the Democratic Party. Internationally speaking, they're supposed to be Democratic Party plus, like they're the Labor Party, okay? When someone says they're the Labor Party, it's in the name. They're supposed to be the closest to a socialist alternative. Obviously not socialist, but, you know, in theory, they are supposed to be the Labor Party. This is identical to Joe Brandon. Like, sitting there and being like, no, you don't understand. I'm going to be the one that kills the immigrants. The migrant caravans, sorry, not caravans, we're not in the United States of America. The migrant ships, the migrant boats will be exploded on impact. That's right. It's great. The flotillas and the rafts will stop under my watch.
They've lost control, and that's why net migration is far too high. This government has lost control. It is now more than twice as high as it was when we were in the EU. That's the irony of it. This Prime Minister is actually, for all his tough talk, is the most liberal Prime
The Royal Navy will service this dilly-dally. That's right.
Minister when it comes to immigration. Those numbers have gone through the roof.
That's sick, man. Thank you. Thank you for thank you for telling us your position as the left party in the UK, as the only viable left party in the UK, the leader of said left party. you believe that you are going to have a more hardline approach than the guy who wants to ship them to Rwanda. Thank you. Yes, Rishi Sunak is actually quite liberal. The gray name man, I can explain why he has this stance. People expect Starmer to move leftwards in a few years. The issue is trust cooked the economy so bad it's impossible to do anything. There are great elements still in labor which will act as a pressure group. Okay, dude. I promise it ain't that bad. Dude, it is that bad and worse. You will never convince me that the Labour Party in the last 5 years did not spend most of its time gutting any kind of real leftward momentum in its own party with ridiculous claims of anti-Semitism that was concocted, by the way, openly concocted by the current administration of the Labour Party itself. It is so bad. They had a night of the long knives style situation within the Labour Party. They literally long knifed them. There is nothing redeemable about the fucking Labour Party at this point. He can't do shit because of the cooked economy. Yeah, okay. Like, obviously the Tories suck across the board. The Tories are responsible for every awful thing that has happened in the UK in perpetuity. And Labour, relying on that goodwill, thinks that it can fucking re-navigate to a more neoliberal attitude, which I think is unimaginably bad. The Labour Party membership in support of Corbyn were kicked out en masse, nearly halving membership. The left is dead in Labour more than it ever was before. Yeah. They banned an MP from Labour for tweeting a Jon Stewart clip, for liking a Jon Stewart skit on Israel.
Like the US, of course, we have a first past the post system. So the Labour Party is meant to be a broad church to include views like mine. So I would be considered to be, the squad side. Remind me about the
anti-Semitism Labour purge not too long ago. The Labour Party internally capitulated to like the incredible media created hysteria surrounding anti-Semitism in the Labour Party backed by Corbyn. They smeared Corbyn as an anti-Semite. So much so that was the only thing that he could ever address in the media, was that he was not an anti-Semite. That's it. Like that is constantly what they did. Meanwhile, and I remember covering this while it was happening, and I thought it was fucking insane. The Tories in power were obviously significantly more anti-Semitic than Labour, significantly more anti-Semitic than the regular amount of anti-Semitism that exists in British society. And not only that, but they were literally putting up a statue of Nancy Astor, who once famously fucking said Hitler had the right idea about Jews. And the real reason for why this kind of anti-Semitism smears were operating in British media, which is incredibly reactionary, was because these guys were anti-Zionist broadly. That's it. They didn't capitulate to it. They welcomed it. They used it to regain control of the party. Exactly. And I mean, I remember like the insane shit that was popping off at the time. Like they did this purge. I mean, we're not going to go through this long video, but like basically it was completely concocted from within. There were people that were like, yeah, no, Labour has a real anti-Semitism problem, and they were like Labour careerists. Yeah. And it was a coordinated effort. Anti-Corbyn Labour officials worked to lose general elections to oust leader, leaked dossier finds, call for investigation into possible misuse of funds by senior officials on party's right wing. Labour Party officials opposed to Jeremy Corbyn worked to lose the 2017 general election in the hope that a bad result would trigger a leadership contest to oust him, a dossier drawn up by the party suggests. A huge cache of leaked WhatsApp messages and emails show senior officials on the party's right wing who worked at its headquarters became despondent as Labour climbed in the polls during the election campaign despite their efforts. The unreleased report, which The Independent has seen in full, was drawn up in the last days of Mr. Corbyn's leadership and concerns the conduct of certain officials. Did anything happen to the people that did that? No. They actually just kept purging the left. I'm sorry. There's no way you can tell me that this party that, put these people that did this in charge is a good party still. It's not that simple though. You got to recognize that. You cannot personally justify this, no matter how diehard of a Labour supporter you are. A 179 seat majority is so large the party will split. The progressive voices will prevail from that split. She was undermining other candidates and threatening canvassers just last week. They were wrong, suspend her, but also it's not like she was a leftist. She wasn't even left of Zara Sultana, for example. It doesn't matter. It's ridiculous, dude. The majority of complaints of anti-Semitism were from a couple organizations largely headed by Christians, not Jewish people, and largely focused on the issue of Palestine. Exactly. Here.
Are you famous? No.
Faiza Shaheen had hoped she'd be running as a Labour candidate with her baby in tow on the doorsteps. An unexpected meeting, though, with Labour's National Executive Committee, the people who choose candidates, changed that course. She's spoken about her disappointment in the decision.
I didn't expect to be treated this way, and that's maybe naive of me.
But Channel 4 News has obtained an exclusive audio recording of just how that meeting went down.
Sorry, let me compose myself. I think no baby can feel my stress.
The meeting happened on
Corbyn, what is it? Where is it? Corbyn famously wanted to have dialogue with Hamas and refer to them as friends. White English people never forgave him for that. No, it's not just that. It was also his attitude towards the IRA. That was another reason. And he was a fucking actual real leftist. That's it. Okay. He spent his whole goddamn life. Fighting against apartheid. Get the out of here. Of course they hate that shit. She cheered as Corbyn went down. She can get in the bin. It doesn't matter. It's just further evidence to what I'm saying about the deterioration of real leftist politics in England. When you're pointing to this person getting ousted and going, oh, well, she cheered as Corbyn went down. You don't understand. That means that they've literally gotten even further right wing than they were than the position they were at with Corbyn. But I don't even think that she actually did that. I don't know if that was a thing that she did. She might have not.
on Tuesday at
I don't know.
6 p.m. The decision was sent by email at 9 p.m. the next day. This from the meeting.
There was legitimate claims that Corbyn could last long term as a party head. Corbyn got decimated in 2019 because he didn't take a stance on Brexit, among other things. He sleptwalked into the election, got destroyed, and everyone was surprised he got ousted. No, the weakest point for Corbyn was not taking a serious stance on Brexit. That's it. And with Brexit, he was already stuck between a rock and a hard place. There was a real leftist momentum towards Brexit, which I thought was bad at the time, and I openly stated it, and I openly criticized it. And you had the Northern Labour stronghold attitude that was pro-Brexit matched up against the London student coalition that was that was anti-Brexit. That's it. So he was stuck internally with party divisions. But the real problem there was absolutely not just Brexit, but instead the only thing that he could talk about was not like shitting on the Tory austerity or anything like that, which he was fucking absolutely right on, but instead was all the British media wanted to talk about was how fucking anti-Semitic he is. The only reason why Labour seemingly is electable now, or Keir Starmer is seemingly electable in comparison to Jeremy Corbyn, is specifically because of the many different Tory fuck-ups, which in hindsight don't even seem that bad, really, when we think about it. Think about what happened to Boris Johnson, bro. He partied during COVID, and people were so serious about it at the time that they clapped his ass for that reason. Turns out he was the greatest gift to the Tories in general, because every single person that they've put into a position of power since then has been increasingly worse. A sequence of massive failure after failure after failure after failure since then. And even then, Keir Starmer should be literally winning every district, and the only reason why he's not is because he can't even take advantage of the death spiral that the Tories are in. Yeah, the only good thing that the Tories ever did was Liz Truss assassinated the Queen. That's it. She walked in there, shook her hand, and she perished. Remember Liz Truss, guys? Remember her? Constituency, not district. I apologize for not using the right terminology when speaking about British Parliament and British politics in general. I apologize. Anyway, Hasan sees a white person running for office and instantly claims they are racist and have no redeemable qualities. That's so funny. At the top of the hour, you think that this is going to be a solid ass way to bait me, especially after I just glazed up Jezza, okay, my goat, the king, Jeremy Corbyn, for the past 30 minutes. Probably one of my favorite politicians, and he surely is a white man. I hope you know that. Yeah, last 4 prime ministers were also wholly unelected. Yeah, it's awesome. It's not even bait. This is a normal English UK chatter. Wait, really? ADL, listen, Corbyn was not white. He liked mussies. We need to defend England, mate. Fucking hell, there's kebab shops in every corner. It's in Londonistan. What don't you understand? Of course, with a name like Hasan, you don't get it. You think it's great that Islamic law is taking over Londonistan. Fucking hell, mate. This is an L opinion. Jeremy Corbyn sucks. Yes, this is an L opinion. You're right. Saying that Jeremy Corbyn sucks is an L opinion. I'm glad that you announced it ahead of time.
To be very clear, this is not a disciplinary process. This is about the impact on the things that are being made aware to us, a change of circumstances.
There's an opinion in Labour that once this Starmer has time to fix the economy, he'll begin to move leftwards again to fix leadership promises. To his leadership promises, he said he will renationalize our rails. Dude, he has the broad mandate. He doesn't need to move to the right on any of the issues, to the right of the Tories. He doesn't need to do that at all. Why doesn't he just run on that then? The notion that those policies be unpopular is ridiculous. There is no alternative for British voters, okay? You just have Labour. That's it. So the idea that he will like somehow magically turn around is even dumber than, oh, we'll be able to convince Joe Biden. We'll be able to convince Joe Biden. Joe Biden surely will become this like omega socialist eventually. It's ridiculous. The pure copium being displayed by British leftists is unreal. Keith isn't going to do shit. He's Brandon 2.0. I mean, that's just a person who is a new Labour fan, I think. I don't think that he's like, and I think he recognizes that he's in a sea of like hardliners in here. So he's just trying to manage it as to the best of his ability. Yeah, we got the funniest situation, in my opinion, for British politics is that like it seems like everyone is a Lib Dem fan. They should be, but for some reason nobody votes for them. It's like, no, it's fine. I'll vote for the Labour Party. I want them to be Lib Dems instead. The lad's 100% a party member coping that leftists aren't excited for Starmer like they were for Corbyn. Wait. The Lib Dems are not the solution. No, they are not. What are you talking about? They're awful. I'm saying the irony is like there's not a lot of differences politically between Lib Dems and fucking Labor at this stage. That was the joke. It is a joke. I'm saying that like a lot of the current new Labor supporters are no different than a fucking Lib Dem. They just want to vote for Labor so they can feel more radical or more leftist, I guess. I don't think you guys understand. I was joking. I know it's the British. We can't be joking around these parts. Of course.
And it's about the electoral impact this may have as we go forward into the election. So just, if you need to stop, Faiza, just let me know, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, I just thought I would have some childcare. My husband's not in from work yet, it's just...
No.
The three NEC members on the call run through an outline of social media activity dating back to 2014, and Faiza Shaheen is asked to explain herself, including a post which featured an American television sketch mocking Israeli and Palestinian hardliners with a caption about the Israel lobby, which she says she did not see and has since apologized for.
By the way, apologizing for that is so cuck. And a similar thing is happening here in America with Jamaal Bowman. For those of you who don't know, Jamaal Bowman, obviously, he is a part of the squad. He's not, I wouldn't say he's like my favorite squad member. There's plenty of things that I have like disagreed with him on. But right now he's under attack by AIPAC. And what is going on with Jamaal Bowman is that, hold on, I forgot to respond to his team actually. Jamaal Bowman, you might remember him as the guy who pulled the fire alarm, which conservatives were considering the new January 6th for a little bit, which I thought was really funny. But ultimately, he's up for re-election, and they are, the Democratic Party's own internal right-wing AIPAC supporters are going after him pretty hard, including but not limited to even the likes of Mondaire Jones, weak ass Mondaire Jones. Now you might not personally appreciate all the things that Jamaal Bowman has said, but on Israel he is 100% in the right, and everyone is coming after him. Bro, Starmer said I describe myself as a socialist. Come on, we should believe him, lol. Yes, Mondaire Jones just endorsed his primary challenger, and the Progressive Caucus is about to pull their backing of him over it. Maybe because Mondaire Jones is bitch made and cannot bench press 3 plates like Jamaal Bowman can. Yes, if we were to do Mortal Kombat for politicians, Jamal would eat Mondaire Jones. And I mean eat, like literally, he would eat him. Oh. But yeah, where is it? Here, let's watch one of his campaign ads.
The attacks on Congressman Jamaal Bowman.
Bankrolling his opponent.
He's a principal.
A leader.
My dad.
Bowman has delivered for us.
Together we're making progress, investing in our school.
Hasan, bro, please, you don't understand. The Labour Party's using Cambridge Analytica. Is this the new meta? Is that what's going on? Is that, people keep saying this in the chat today. What's happening? Is that the new meme? I already ran the top of the hour ad break. This is the second time I've heard this. No, bro, you don't understand. Democratic Party's using Cambridge Analytica.
Our neighborhoods, our kids, reducing gun violence, because I know what's at stake. I've lived it. Public housing, underfunded schools, and career politicians who don't give a damn. Our work is for the people, and we're just getting started.
Yeah, they're funneling right-wing money into his race, and not only that, but AIPAC is dumping. I think AIPAC's dumping the most amount of money into this race that out of any race. It's basically a you, how dare you speak out against Israel race at this point. And of course, therefore, I will firmly reiterate my support for Jamaal Bowman.
This is why elections matter. I don't want to hear this crap about your vote doesn't matter, I'm gonna stay home and all this nonsense about November. If you stay home and you do not exercise the power of your vote, you are giving your power to white supremacist MAGA individuals who are turning this democracy into a fascist state. Bottom line. So we need to mobilize young people, people of color, and people who don't normally vote. Yes, the system is broken. You want to change it.
Why is AIPAC allowed to influence U.S. elections so much? Well, they're not a foreign lobbying organization. Don't you dare say that. They're comprised of American supporters of Israel. So obviously they're, you know, they would never, for example, have like literal direct lines of communication with the Israeli state. That would never happen. Oh, that's right. They are doing that. They do that all the time. Anyway, DSA backed Bowman again. Of course they did. He's good. He's much better than most that is readily available in the Democratic Party in general. I will tell you, definitely go out and vote for Jamaal Bowman. Mondaire Jones endorses Latimer over Bowman in close New York 16 primary battle. Now, Latimer, who is now the Westchester County Executive George Latimer, but previously he was not the Westchester County Executive George Latimer. He was, Bowman was first elected in 2020 after beating longtime incumbent Elliot Engel in a Democratic primary for New York's 16th congressional district seat and facing his own challenge from the Westchester County Executive. Bowman is a member of the group Progressive Democrats known as the Squad. Did you see $100 million Adelson gave to Trump to make him more pro-Israel a few days ago? Wait, what? Sheldon Adelson is dead. Is this his wife? Is this Jabba the Hutt's wife that is still funding the Republican Party? Oh my God, this demon died and his wife is still pumping money into the Republican Party. That's crazy. His corpse, Jabba the Hutt. I bet his wife is hot. Those cretins literally always have like sexy, much younger wives. Like they'll be like 85 years old and they'll date like a 40-year-old smoker. Let me see. She's not hot. Let me see. Let me look this up. I don't know. Jones was progressive except for Palestine for a long time. I've hated that forever. I mean, his dropped that. Yeah, I'm right, dude. Look, I bet you she was a foxy lady back in the day. Okay, born 10th of October 1945. Are your eyes okay? No, dude, I just got the vision and you don't. That's it, bro. She was born in 1945. Like I'm saying, you know, for someone who is 800 years old, I feel like she probably was sexy back in the day. So when you called her young, is it because you're old as The only thing I got wrong is that there would be a age gap, an inappropriate age gap. The reality is there wasn't one. Well, I guess Sheldon Adelson was like 800 years old, so technically there wasn't really an age gap. Trump is desperate for Miriam Adelson's cash. Her condition, West Bank annexation. Nice. The Adelsons are demons, straight up, through and through. Mandatory Palestine, by the way. That's where she was born. Can't change that, unfortunately. I was wrong about the age gap between her and her husband. For those of you who don't know, the reason why I call him Jabba the Hutt is because this is what Sheldon Adelson looks like on a good day. Well, he doesn't look like that anymore because he's dead. But when he wasn't dead, that's what he looked like on a good day. Okay? Like straight up demon. Casino magnate, just all around awful dude. He looks kind of good here, which is shocking. When I tell you this is a very good picture, I'm not even joking. Okay? Here is a more normal looking picture of Sheldon Adelson. He is a grotesque person through and through. Healthiest bloodborne NPC. Is one of those situations where it's like, bro, give it up. Like, what are you doing up here? Who do you think you are fooling? Actually, like, do you think people look at you and go, well, that guy has a full head of hair? Anyway, this doesn't matter because he's dead. I'm assuming this was them in the 80s or 90s. What the no, I don't think that's him. There's no way that's him, bro. There's a whole different person. Wait, what happened to him? That's her, but I don't know if that's him. What the yo, bro, why'd you put that on like that? Something happens to old people where they just like, they forget how to put a hat on. What the oh, dude, come on, brother. Open up a couple of those buckles, dude. What the hell? I'm hunting wabbits looking ass. Yo, Elmer Fudd up in this bitch. That's crazy, dude. Oh, that's funny. Messes with his hair, maybe? Yeah, he's like, listen, you can't put this hat on my beautiful, luscious locks. My luscious head of hair. Oh my God. What happened to him? Okay, I take it back. Maybe that was him in the earlier photo. Bro, he melted, dude. Gravity. No, like actually, what the happened? This looks like a whole ass different guy. That's crazy. I feel, oh my Lord. I've only known him as like this, okay? Looking like a blobfish. So I didn't realize that he looked like a normal person at a certain point in his life. It's very shocking to me. God damn. Oh, you will be old someday too. Yeah, except I will never be this evil. Okay, so guess what? It don't matter. What happened to him is the same thing that happens to all these demons. Being evil ages you. What happened to his wife though? His wife looks great for her age. Come on, guys. She was born in 1945. Okay, Biden's top donor is Haim Saban. Trump's top donor is Sheldon Adelson's wife. I don't think Haim Saban is Biden's top donor. I mean, maybe is he? I don't think so. He is definitely I mean, he's a major donor to the Democratic Party for sure. If Kyrie and Luka win the trophy, this demon woman gets even richer. It's a tricky situation. What do we do here? What do you mean, bro? There's no which NBA team is owned by a fucking good guy? They're all owned by billionaires. What are we talking about? And here you are defending her. Mark Cuban. Okay, dude. I don't know if you know this, but in order to own an NBA team, you gotta do like a shit ton of evil. Like you have to do a metric ton of bad to get to the point where you can even own a NBA team. So therefore, there's not really anybody who owns an NBA team that is a good guy. Think about it. Michael Jordan's the least evil billionaire owner, Lamau. Exactly. And he's pretty evil too. There you go. He's not defending her, chat. He's saying she looks good for being born in 1945. Yeah. Mark Cuban sold the Mavs to Miriam Adelson, the woman we're talking about. I know. What if LeBron bought a team? He'd be the first non-evil billionaire team owner.